But,
Well, it's like somebody asked me the other day, I got a new laser transit. Compared to what I'm used to, you take your tape measure
oh yeah, that's what we did.
and go up, and somebody's standing out there going, and if you wasn't on the line, up or down, you know.
Yeah, you'd have to hold it up until you finally hit it, you know, but that was the way we did it.
That's why we done it. And, well, when I got that laser, you just go, you tilt the stick till you hear it, and you like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
I need to go down.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it's just a whole different concept.
yeah,
Well, I used that old transit for a long, long time, and then, back then, Ronnie Lee got the laser, he was digging my footers, you know, and that made it so much easier.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know. And, but I still, and somehow, my transit got gone. I used that transit from second or third house on, and I really got used to it, you know, and I kept it in good shape, you know.
yeah.
Somehow it got gone. And I leased two farm services down in Manchester, and they was cleaning out the storage room. And they said, transits are just like, make one mine, but it's just like the one I had. And they said, you want this thing? Said it's obsolete now, I'm gonna throw it away. I said, well, yeah, I'd like to have that. And actually, it was a little better shape than mine, because it hadn't been used much.
Yeah.
And so I've got it now somewhere, and it fit my tripod just right, you know, and, but that's what Faye and I used to do, like on Sunday afternoon, if I was gonna build a house, I'd go out and I'd shoot it in, you know, and just get an idea. And I'd like to take, you know, if I built on the river a lot, and sloping down, that show the homeowner the door layouts. Now, your front door's gonna be this level here, if we go with this, or we can fluctuate it a little bit, you know, and kind of go over all that.
Yeah.
But, all that's obsolete now, I mean, you know,
Yeah,
too many easier ways.
I'm building two right there.
I don't think it's obsolete, it's just not used. I mean, it still works.
Yeah, it still works, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's just so much easier than lasers now.
Hey,
But,
Jim. Hey.
But now I've got, we're building two, I just started, out in Oak Tree,
Okay.
and they're gonna be some good sized
Jim will be here
houses.
in a couple minutes.
Okay, great.
But now they're cut up, I mean, you think, God, this is gonna be a mansion.
Broke my golden arrow when I didn't call him.
Walk in there, you look at it,
They do.
it's just.
So Kara and
little
Raul will
room,
be
little
here.
room, little-
What about Michael Weeder?
I hate it
He
when
just
they,
said that he was in Murfreesboro.
Well, now, what is building a house like that, $200 a foot, will they
He's doing
build
pretty
it?
good about it.
roughly
He just speaks to-
225, depending. The problem is with people, they want you to build it for $150 a foot. But then when they get in there, they want to,
Yeah.
they want the stick frame in, they want this, they want that, they want colonial, they want crown, they want Schumach, they want base, they don't want little base, they
Yeah.
want thick base. I mean, they
And
don't
they don't
want
realize the
MDF.
difference that may, I mean, it
They
just
don't want
changes.
MDF, they want wood.
Yeah. All that just changes, more than they might could even off a spot and dropped down. And we dug down to solid rock, and then took a jackhammer.
Didn't get it on my calendar.
and put
I don't know
steel
what
in that,
happened to me.
And we took
I don't
off.
know.
the
Good you
spot.
called.
But it's still there. Hey there, how you doing, partner?
Ricky.
Okay. Okay, good morning, everyone. Glad you're here. We'll call the meeting to order. First item of business will be the minutes of our last meeting. Has everyone had a chance to look those over, or the additions or corrections?
Make a motion, we dispense with the reading and approve the minutes as presented.
Okay, thank you.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? There being none, we'll call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. Now, we're going to move right into review of amendments on the zoning code regarding development plans.
Yeah,
That
so what
looks
this is-
good if you want to bring us up to date on.
Yeah, what I'm proposing is just we make a additional part of the zoning code, just to outline these. This will be at the bottom, it'll be appendixed to the zoning code. We require all this now. What has happened is fairly recently, end of last year, the state changed some regulations. So it used to be that vested rights were established 3 years after approval of an application. That has now changed to it's 3 years at submittal of an application. Only if it is deemed substantially complete. So all this we list out in the zoning code anyways, we just don't have it broke down in this exact format. And so this clarifies that and then make sure we're in compliance with that, where if we do get a potential applicant, we're getting all the information we need before that vested rights will start. And so that's just what this zoning change is. Like I said, we have all this.
And that
It
could
is not-
conceivably, somebody could apply and then things could change. So it would be
Yes.
according to when the time they.
Yeah, and then that's why they changed that is at the time of application, because you always had the pending ordinance kind of rule. So it used to be, we'd be able to, if we got an application, but something seemed real off with it, you could write regulations if it hadn't been approved during that transition period. We no longer have that. So once an application is received, if it's substantially compliant in accordance with this, then that vesting right starts. So the rules in effect at the time for that period of up to 3 years would be in effect for that application. So even if we did a complete update on the zoning code, that would not take effect for those applications.
So that essentially keeps the rules of the game stay the same for the applicant at the time?
Yes, yeah, it stays the same, it's just clarifying it and putting in that one. And like I said, if we don't list out every type of application, then it's essentially if they gave a site plan, even though it's not a great one or all the information we need, it could start those vested rights. And so it's the same rules, we just want to make sure we get all the information that we need to say, okay, yes, these rights are established, and then we can proceed from there.
Sean, occasionally somebody will want a review, not a decision made. Can they still do that without?
If it's a base review and that type of stuff, then we should look. If it's just, hey, am I missing something, but it's not a true application, we can absolutely do that.
We
Or
can
this
still
board can
review
do
it,
it. That's not
because
gonna,
that
that would
helps
not
people,
affect
I
that,
think, a
yeah.
lot.
Yeah, that would not affect that. It's only
Okay.
if there's a true application
Sure.
made that this would apply to.
Yeah, we couldn't act on it, but we could.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of be familiar with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of this you're doing anyway.
Like I said, we're
but-
doing it anyways, we collect the information, it's just clarifying that.
Yeah.
We need it up front. That starts that 3-year vested rights, so, yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay. We have a motion to approve all the amendments that's listed, correct?
Yes.
Okay. We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Call for this, any more discussion? There being none, we'll call for the vote. We'll do, you'll do a roll call vote just for the, or do we need that today?
Yeah.
Probably not, okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimous. Okay, do we have any staff updates?
We'll be doing some zoning changes here in the future, so.
Okay.
Would you, the zoning, is that what you said?
Mhm. We'll be, I've started on the big rewrite, but we'll probably have some few tweaks prior.
When you
to
think that might be prepared? No rush, it's just curious.
I'm probably about 75% complete with it.
Wow, you
But
do-
some other stuff's came up, so. we gotta
The
shuffle
last
through that,
25 will be the hard though, won't it?
Little bit, yeah. But, like I said, I think the overall it'll be a much cleaner and easier format for everybody, especially if you're viewing it online. It's gonna have the hyperlinks in it, so you'll be able to go back and forth between the code very quickly, and you won't have to, I wanna look at parking, scroll down to page 20, and then go back to page 18, and you'll just be able to click, go right there, and get everything you need, so.
Good. Any members have any questions or anything?
The one question I had was, you were out of the room earlier, but I was asking, Rachel, how the city has the authority to justify, limiting what somebody can do in their place of business. This is regarding the data center thing. If it's zoned industrial, how's that non-industrial, I guess?
So what's proposed was just a moratorium on that, so we can do studies to see if we need to make some adjustments in the zoning code to address impacts and different things of that nature. It's not a ban on them, or anything of that accord, so it's just kind of a temporary pause, so we can just sort stuff out to make sure that, one, we are protecting personal property rights, because we do have to consider that, but something doesn't come in that could be potentially devastating either, so.
Well, Sean, on that, I know statewide, there's a lot of discussion on that. Is it security? Is that a problem that people are thinking it might draw a terrorist attack or something?
It's water usage is a concern, potential environmental impacts, draw on power sources, either natural gas that would be creating a mini plant, or high electricity use that affect people's bills, air quality, noise, but a slew of big factors on that kind of comes in, so. It's not one single thing.
Well, I know there's quite a bit of uproar about it and with people not wanting their area.
There is, not just here, it's across the country.
So right now, the action is to place a moratorium.
Yeah,
And then.
to do some studies and shuffle from there, yeah. Yeah, it's not a ban on data centers or anything of that nature at this time, so.
Just maybe a study and more information
Yeah,
and
yeah.
setting
Either-
guidelines, I would think,
Yeah,
on it.
Yeah, and that's what we're looking to do. They're just so new that and again, it's not something that we just don't have in the zoning code or have a lot on. Most places don't, because they're just very new. I mean, it's not something that's been around while data centers have been around for a long time, these larger AI ones, and then they're very new, so we just need to take a pause and take a step back and look what we gotta do, so.
Okay, that's interesting. Appreciate the question.
Thank you.
We have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Motion carries, we are adjourned.